Hello everybody, I decided I'll make a video about this because I noticed a lot of people are complaining about it. In my opinion, Pokemon Sword and Shield not bringing all the Pokemon back is actually, in my personal opinion, a good idea. And I know a lot of people are probably going to say, oh, RP brothers, you're full of crap. Well, here's the thing about it. When you get right down to it, I think that it's important that Nintendo does this. First of all, because there's way too many Pokemon in the game, and there's a lot for kids to choose from. So, personally, I think that what they're trying to do is cut back a little bit because it gets a little overly confusing, and it might, really, and stuff like that. And I also keep in mind that Diamond and Pearl remake, they'll probably bring everything back. Or if they do an up-to-date game of this where, they make another one like with Sun and Moon Ultra or something like that, then yeah, they might bring all the Pokemon back again. But I understand that a lot of fans are mad about this, and I understand a lot of fans aren't real happy about it. But the fact is, when you get right down to it, there's so many Pokemon that are in the game that it's kind of confusing on who to pick from. And, everybody wants every single thing to return. It's going to make it harder for everybody to kind of, get their bearings with all that stuff. I think especially newcomers to the game. Maybe that's what they're doing. They're thinking of earlier generations and also other people like us. They haven't forgotten about us at all. A lot of the older generation, too, doesn't want every single one in every single region either. I know a couple people that are like this as well. And I know that people are really upset about this, but in some sense, I think it's important that we, are okay with that. I'm in some ways, yeah, it'd be awesome to have them back in the game. I'm not gonna lie, but when you get right down to it, you know, um, uh, uh, shaving down some of the Pokemon might be a good idea in some sense, because this does mean, that you don't have quite the amount of quantity in the game. And I think they're also thinking about like maybe it gets too confusing and it gets too overwhelming for some of the younger generation on how to really play the game, where they feel overwhelmed by all the Pokemon that are being put in the game. And they don't want an abundance of a quantity, but I do agree that on that sense what they're doing there. So I'm not really against this idea at all. I think it's actually a very good idea in some sense what they're trying to do here. I think they're trying to open up more opportunities for new people coming into the Pokemon franchise so that they don't feel overwhelmed by the amount of Pokemon that are already in the game. Now, I agree that a lot of the hardcore fans, yeah, we want the Pokemon to return, which I'm not going to discount that they are going to return eventually. I do think they will all be back in the game, and I don't think we really have anything to really worry about to that degree. But we are going to have to be patient, I think, with stuff returning like that. But it will. I think everything will return back into the game eventually. It will take some time, but I do think that everything will, come back in with the remakes of Diamond and Pearl or something. I think that's what they're trying to set the suspense up for, or something else. But right now, I think that what they're doing with this game is they're starting off like this so that you don't have this rush of having to catch every single Pokemon in every single other previous game. So we're gonna have to wait and see what this game is exactly like. I think they're trying to go with a very, very different take on the way Pokemon works. You saw like with the Kahunas and stuff, and Sun and Moon and stuff, how they attempted stuff like that on the islands, where you had to do the trials to get to the person and all that stuff. I think they're going to attempt more things similar to that now. And we're going to end up seeing much different, narratives happening at this point. So, I think that definitely is something we're going to see in the future. So, thanks again for listening to my opinion on it, and hopefully, I think this is the right direction they're taking. I know a lot of people aren't going to be happy about it, but I think in the long run, if you give it a chance, I think you will see why they're doing this, ultimately. I think that Nintendo's choosing to do this because of, those reasons. So, anyway, well, that's my 2 cents on the matter. Alright, I'll make another video again some other time. Thanks, guys, again, and take care.